Hi everyone, this is a video on how to set up a project if you are using the QDA Minor Lite software. Because this is a free software, it's a bit more fiddly when it comes to what you can and can't do in terms of managing the documents in your project. So in order for us to have two different types of documents, we're going to need to set up two different projects. So what we need to do is create a new project and create a project from a list of documents or images. So in the first one, I'm going to be using our academic literature. And I need to find where I have stored this. I'm pretty sure I put it somewhere where it would be easy to find, but you never know. These things happen. So, and then I put it under teaching. And then there was marketing research, the project documents, and the academic literature. So all my files are in PDF, but as you see at the top, QDA does accept multiple file types, but in this case, all of mine are currently PDF. And I click Add. For some reason, it's not accepting these two, so I would be required to go back, probably change the file names. It seems to not like these file names with the dots in them, and reload the documents. But I'm not going to bother because that would be a waste of your video time. So I'm going to hit Create, and I'm not going to change the, I am going to so what I did there was QDA to save space and processing speeds removes images from documents. However, I'm a visual kind of learner and I like the diagrams that are included in a lot of these documents, so I have deselected its default, which is to remove the images. So I will include my images in the default. In the upload, I mean. So I'm going to call this project Client Project. I'm going to include my group name, which I'm calling myself G20, and I'm going to specify that this is the academic literature. And it is saving to the same location in which I got my documents from. If you wanted to change locations, you need to change it up here, but I'm happy for it to be included in this folder. I hit save. So it needs to think a little bit as it transfers the documents into the QDA software. So here we have our documents. So they're all here listed on the left hand side up the top. So these are all of the documents that have successfully transferred. However, there were two that didn't. Oop, there they are, there they are. Never mind, they did transfer. Never mind. QDA telling me furfies. Alright, so because I want to keep my academic literature separate from my secondary sources, that's just good file management, I need to open another new document. So I need to create a new project, create a project from a list of documents. So I say OK. This time around I select my secondary sources, and these are all media documents about Lovelocks from a different project I'm doing, and I click Add and I say Create. Now the remove images has been deselected because I did it before, so I might, because these are media documents and there's a lot of images that may or may not be useful, I can choose to remove images or not, but I'm going to keep the images. Okay, I'm going to call this one Client Project G20, my group name, and secondary sources, just so I can distinguish between the two projects. And I hit save, and it's going to think this is going to take a lot longer because there's a lot more documents. So as it's thinking, I'm just going to hit pause. Okay, that took quite a while for this number of documents, so just be aware that it can be a slow process and that you should set it up beforehand so you aren't left twiddling your thumbs. Alright, so as we go down, we'll see all of the different files in this project. So this is how we create projects, and we can swap back and forth between them, but be aware that with two different sets of data, you need to create two different projects. So in the future, when we do the qualitative data, that will then need to go into its own separate project too. So in another video, I will look at how we start doing the analysis in QDA.